Good morning, you guys. Good morning. Good morning. Cloud cover is still out. It should burn off by noon, I think. I currently am making a single size portion of pot pie in my oven, so I will have to at some point stop and pull it out so it can start cooling down. Um, so, okay, so we've had all the rages this week, and then she also did the whole, um, I just got some really bad news. I have to leave right now, right? Seems very much like recreating what I was doing on Sunday night when I was being harassed by a dude, and I did a live stream protecting myself on the way home. And then the next morning, I said, "Hey guys, don't worry about it. I'm fine." And I talked about, you know, this like whole Andrew Tate sort of complex and Elliot Rodger, right? So she's trying to be like the woman of mystery right now, which is fine, I guess. That's if that's how you want to run your channel. Then she put up a community post saying she's not going to talk about anything but food moving forward, which she sucks at. Let's be real. She sucks at talking about food. She doesn't really know much about food. She doesn't know how to properly eat food. She doesn't know how to use utensils. She doesn't know how to cook food. She doesn't even own a lot of cooking utensils. But Solara bought her a lot of new knives. So I guess she can chop up her eggplant, right, Chantel? You can chop up that eggplant and do something with it now, right? And your tomatoes and stuff, and stop taking food away from the poor that you're going to throw away in the trash. So, can't even, you guys. Can't even. So, her latest video, which I am not going to cover, is a Chinese Filipino fusion mukbang. And she literally decided to order this after I dropped a comment on FFG's channel saying that I was enjoying my PF Chang's while I was watching this Rage Fest, which went on for over 3 goddamn hours, right? It went on for over 3 hours that she was just acting like a 12-year-old and throwing out threats and being stupid as fuck, and it was just amazing. Well, I can tell you what I had for dinner last night. I ordered a kids meal from PF Chang's. It was the honey chicken with broccoli and a cup of egg drop soup. That's what I had last night. And I didn't even finish all of it. Okay, Chantal? I know she watches my channel, you guys. She freaking watches my channel. I had a kids meal. Can't even with you and your bullshit portions. She's like, this is so spicy. I'll tell you straight up, the spices they gave me, I um once I finished the chicken, I poured in some of the additional spices with the honey for to dip the broccoli into. And that red sauce that they give you, the red spicy sauce, tastes like fucking liquid wasabi. It was so goddamn hot. It was liquid wasabi, you guys. It made it even more difficult for me to finish. Um, my legs are getting a bit better. I still have a lot of swelling going on, which I'm hoping will subside over the next day or two. I've been drinking a lot of water, mostly at night. I wake up really early, and so then I like down a lot of water when I get up. But I'm gonna have a small Marie Callender's chicken pot pie, and that will be my second meal of the day. My first meal of the day was leftover broccoli from the kids' meal. That was my first meal of the day. So anyway, I guess we're coming up on probably like one of these milestone dates of the month where um, Chantel starts acting stupid. Like, for instance, she likes to do it at the end of the month to rack up a bunch of drama right before the end of the month. And then she likes to do it around payday, too, I think. But she said she's not going to talk to us about her personal life anymore. But I mean, we know she's going to go somewhere. She says she's not, but we know she is because they literally just overturned government in Kuwait. They have a dictator in place now. There is we don't understand whether or not the constitution that the US helped them put in place is actually still active. That parts of it might have already been thrown out because of this dictator. There is war on both sides of the country. Iran fighting Israel. Very unstable situation. And then there's Chantel sitting there being like, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Don't criticize the bullshit that I put up online and, and why I don't have any pictures on the wall and why, I have a service porch rather than a regular kitchen. And she puts all this crap online, right? And doesn't expect that she will ever get criticized for it. I put a little crap online too, and I would expect that my haters will probably come after me for that bullshit too. But I was literally harassed by a dude at the karaoke bar on Sunday night, and I did some live streaming about it, and then all of a sudden she had an arc that was very similar. Oh my god, something just happened. What, your DoorDash got canceled? What the fuck happened? What? She is running basically a soap opera on her channel and thinks that she can like turn it off at any point and be like, I'm just going to talk about food. Okay, well, nobody's here for your talk about food. Nobody is watching you to see your snake face open unclick your jaws and shove food down your face. Nobody likes that bullshit. And the fact that you're like, I can't even taste this spice. Well, maybe if you let it sit on your tongue for a goddamn second, your taste buds would start kicking in. But when you're throwing it right to the back of your throat so that you can just swallow it right away, you're not going to taste the food. So, how do you expect to be somebody that's like advising anybody about what tastes good in cuisine? Like, how do you even do that, you guys? Um, I mean, my tongue was on fire with that. Like, it's like this red, spicy sauce that comes from P.F. Chang's, and I just put a little bit in with the honey, and it tasted like liquid wasabi, you guys. It was just like, woo, really on fire. So anyway, she is for today, sticking to only talking about food, but she's not very good at that. And so her, if she doesn't figure out how to turn this around for herself, her channel's gonna fucking die. Because us React channels have been the ones keeping it up, you know, adding some spice to the conversation and making it somewhat entertaining. And the fact that she can't do it on her own and she wants to stick completely to food, which she sucks at, um, that channel is going to be dead very soon. Very soon. And she's in a desperate place, which this is why we're all watching right now, is that she's in a desperate place because of the political circumstances in Kuwait going on right now, the fact that she has a very precarious sort of marriage situation that seems to be somewhat illegitimate, allegedly. And the two offers on the table right now from Frenchie are number one, I will stop talking about your content for a month if you show us a marriage certificate, right? That's one of the offers. The second offer is I will fly you first class back to Canada if you want to make those violent threats to my face. That those are the two offers on the table right now. And she's not going to respond to them. She won't because that was her just puffing herself up and venting for 3 goddamn hours. And that was just one of the occasions of venting because she did it like 2 days in a row. She threw racism in there, calling Kalari, she called her Charlie No Teeth, which means that she's trying to confuse her with Charlie Gold as well. And that is obviously all you black people look the same to me, right, Chantal? That was incredibly racist. And I think I'm the only person who's actually come out and said it. She also said she's not watching the React channels, but then did a whole haul of cleaning supplies, napkins, and bullshit that was in response to Rose Thorne Reacts when she was doing a tarot reading. She was doing a tarot reading, and she knows that Chantel watches her, and we all know that Chantel watches us, right? So So she threw some bait out too. Frenchie and Rose both threw some bait out, and they both got rewarded for their efforts. Um, that was the most ridiculous cleaning haul ever. That was clearly somebody who has never actually cleaned their apartment and has no clue how to do it. Right? But if she's buying that much bullshit, I would assume she's moving. Because why else would you need that much on hand? You don't need that much on hand. You're not even willing to hang up your fucking plaque. If you're unwilling to put up the plaque and the picture of you with the drugged out tiger, um, then that is not a permanent home for you, because you don't want to have to spackle the nail holes. Let's be real. So she's full of shit. Anyway, so what I'm gonna do this morning is I'm gonna eat my chicken pot pie, which is a single serving size. It's not a fucking family size. And I'm going to potentially, once this burns off, which it looks like it's getting close, like it's getting lighter now. And if it gets a bit later, I need to get my nails done because obviously, like, I need to get my nails done. They've grown out and I haven't had them painted in a while, and so they're getting pretty bad, right? So, I think it's going to be a fun Friday, you guys. I think it'll be fun. You know, when I was doing more to like cover news stories, Friday was always the day that they would do a news dump. Like, like, for example, in the 2016 election cycle, within just a few minutes of each other, you had the Access Hollywood dump about grab her by the pussy thing, right? And then within a few minutes, WikiLeaks started doing the John Podesta dump. This was all on the same day within a few minutes of each other. And the reason they do it on Friday afternoons is because it makes it very difficult for people to respond, right? Like, you can't get the press that you would need to counteract what has been said about you. And this happens all the time, guys. It's the Friday news dump. Now, I don't know if Girl World has totally picked up on that yet, but there are certain channels that don't operate over the weekends, and others that will if there's like an emergency story, like there's breaking news, right? Something like that. They'll go live for something that's big. But that is how it's always worked. I have personally received several emails this week asking me to go to day of action type stuff for various campaigns. And the reason being, I think, is that the politicians don't exactly want to take me off their list, even though I'm handicapped at this point. Like, I can't go. They don't want to take me off the list, right? But so they keep calling me and contacting me, but there's no way that I can help anybody right now. Like, I simply can't do it. Because even though my legs are feeling a little bit better today, I still, it's still treacherous for me to like navigate stairs even. And I could barely walk like a block. You know, what am I supposed to do? I can't even like I could probably put together clipboards maybe, but I there's not much I can do right now. So I'm gonna lay low on doing that sort of stuff. I'm still managing my Facebook groups and, you know, low key, just kind of approving people's promotionals that they want to put in the groups. But other than that, I'm I'm not I'm not doing anything. You know, literally just looking at these ED channels and just going, what crazy town is going on today? Who's gonna insult the next person's mama? Yo, mama, right? Is that what this is all about? It's just insulting everybody's mamas. It seems like it, doesn't it? It seems like it's all about, mm, well, French fries. Frenchie's mama had to have a bag on her head. Well, um, Chantel's mama left her with her grandmother and her, depressed grandmother who left her in front of a TV and all she did was eat bags of chips. And Amber Lynn, her mama has the worst story. I'm not even gonna go into that one. Amber Lynn's story is the worst, and then you also got Eugenia's mama, right? Deb, Deb, what are you doing? If we can see her ribs all the way up to her collarbone, you're doing something wrong. She still lives at home with you in cartoon clothing, wearing fishnets, flashing the camera, putting dolls behind her. I think that's the one mama that you can look at and say, what the fuck did you do? Like the other mamas, I think that you can safely say, yeah, they weren't the best parents. They probably didn't um, they probably weren't as involved as they should have been. And, they weren't paying attention and they weren't managing these situations. But in Deb's case, her daughter is on death's door. For real. For real. Like, I think that Chantel could probably, like, lose some weight. She could probably lose some weight and kind of save her situation. And probably Amber Lynn as well. And Amber Lynn, despite the fact she's verbally abusive to her mother, um, she does seem to overall have a pretty good rapport with her mom, even though she definitely has some personality issues that Amber Lynn, girlfriend, you can't be talking to your mom like that. Hold up, I gotta take my pot pie out. Here's one serving. So I'm gonna let that cool for a bit. And that seems to be a theme with all these girls, right? That they all have very challenging relationships with their mothers. Okay, I gotta wrap it up because apparently the landscaping crew is back again today and doing their loud bullshit. So I might cover some stuff later. You can check my channel for that. Um, but I'm going to let my pot pie cool for a bit and then I'm going to eat it. Chantel, check yourself before you wreck yourself.